Good morning, YouTube. Today I'm going to show you a little experiment that I'm doing. I am trying to make my own vinegar. Now, I want to use this for cleaning, so I've been saving orange peels. This is a half-gallon jar. Basically, this is the orange peels from one bag of navel oranges. So I am going to make an orange vinegar, but I'm also going to add some of my dehydrated lemon balm to it and see how that goes. It's for cleaning, so citrusy scent. Now, I am getting this idea off of another channel, Rain Country. I will give it a link below. I've never made my own vinegar before, so this will be interesting. I do use vinegar a lot for cleaning in the kitchen because it's food safe. And I don't really particularly like the smell of like white vinegar, and who knows how good that actually is and what kind of products go into it. But of course, I don't grow my own oranges either. But we're gonna try this, and it's scraps, mostly what you would normally throw away or put in the compost pile. So it'll be cheaper. I grow my own lemon balm. I am using a little bit of sugar. Now I'm using tap water. We have chlorinated, fluorinated tap water, but this is for cleaning. I'm not putting it in food, so I'm not worried about that. I am labeling and dating so that I know what this is later. I don't know what it's gonna look like, especially with green leaves in there and orange peels. But it's all orange peel and lemon balm. That's all I'm going to do with that. But you do need to add some sugar. That's what it turns into vinegar. So for a half-gallon jar, I'm adding a 1/4 cup of just regular white sugar. And then I'm going to add some of my lemon balm here. That stuff smells so good. Not sure how much to add, but seems a little bit low on the amount of orange peels. So just kind of making up some of that volume. But okay, we've got our sugar, lemon balm, orange peels. Now we just need to add water. All right, added the water. Now it's floating a little bit. Supposedly, when this is done, it won't float anymore. Everything will sink to the bottom. But that will probably take about a month. But every day it'll need shaken or stirred. Just shake it up. I'm trying to shake it up pretty good right now. Now, she said don't worry about making sure all the sugar is dissolved right away because you are going to shake it and stir it every day. Big problem is going to be the leaves are going to want to stay at the top. And you have to make sure you push them down into the water every day so it doesn't grow mold. Although supposedly that's not necessarily a bad thing. Push it down in there a little bit more. Now this will need air, like a ferment, because, well, it is fermenting. But you don't want to just leave it open because then, you know, you might get bugs in it or something, or dust, or dirt. Food, when your boys start a food fight at the kitchen or whatever, you know. So you want to keep it covered. You could use a cloth, a coffee filter. Why don't you grab me a coffee filter? So coffee filter over the top, and then just put a rubber band around it to keep it clean. And that's it. Stir it every day, and we'll come back when this stuff sinks. Probably about a month. So now it has been a little more than a month since I put these in sugar water, basically. And I think it was really done a week ago because it hasn't really done anything in the last week. But if you look, see everything's staying down underneath the liquid level. It smells like vinegar. Very much like vinegar. Orangey, citrusy, but definitely vinegar. So now that it has finished its little brewing and fermenting process, it's time to strain it. Now, during the time that it was fermenting, I did not put it somewhere dark because then I would completely forget to stir it. Just honestly, I would forget about it. Out of sight, out of mind. There's so many things that I have going all the time, especially with the kids. I would forget about it. So I left it right on my kitchen table. So it was in front of me every single day, and I would remember to stir it. But now that I'm going to strain it, I won't need to stir it anymore. So now after this, it will be kept in a dark place, dark, cool place. That's the best place to keep your vinegar. It should be done now and ready to use. I did find some online resources that said strain it now and then let it sit in the dark for like another 6 weeks. But based on the smell, I think it's done. I do not have a kit to test the pH level of it, but I'm not using this for food. I'm not canning with it. This is for cleaning purposes only. So I'm not really worried about exactly how acidic it is. I am curious, but that will be something for the future when I get some like test strips or something. I'm going to put it into a spray bottle because I clean my table a lot with vinegar because I roll my doughs and my breads out onto the table itself. So I want to make sure that every cleaner that I use on the table is food safe. But because it's going through the spray bottle, tiny, tiny little bits of food can clog that little nozzle. So I am going to strain it with a cheesecloth. I'm going to get the cheesecloth ready in my strainer and bowl, and be right back. So we got bowl to catch, strainer. I've got a double thickness of cheesecloth. I'm going to try and catch all the little bits that we can. It's very soft. Obviously, I'm having to do this in sections because this little strainer is so small. But I am amazed at how much extra liquid is coming out of these peels. But in the squeezing, I'm dropping some of the leaves, so I'm going to have to run it through twice. But there's a lot of liquid in these peels. Look at all that. Just from a handful of it. And we'll just do a second straining straight into the cleaned jar with the smaller strainer there, and the cheesecloth. Basically, a couple of leaves like fell in while I was squeezing. Look at that. So half-gallon jar filled to almost the brim with orange peels and lemon balm will produce a little more than a half of that, so a little more than a quart. That's not bad at all. All right, so now that we have strained our vinegar, I've got the jar of just the straight vinegar, and I've got a mix of vinegar and water here. That's what I usually use to clean my table. I do dilute it a little bit normally. So we are gonna test its cleaning power right here. So I'm gonna do something I never normally do, is show you my dirty table, like after lunch table with the kids. So let's clean. Okay, so you can see some food and sticky stuff stuck to my table. Just gonna use a napkin for simplicity. Oh yeah. I'll let it dry on here too. Drove me nuts. But look at that. The bigger area needs a little bit. And voila. That is pretty good. I am very happy with those results. And yeah, you know what's in the vinegar? There's nothing genetically modified. There's you know, nothing harmful. You know what it is. You can make it yourself from scraps that you would normally throw away, or in our case, put in the compost pile. They're still going to go in the compost pile. Then we just stop to make vinegar out of them first. That is really cool. Hopefully I can get some nice smelling flowers to grow to make a floral vinegar. That's going to be my next one. But I'm not sure what flowers I'm going to do yet. So don't expect that anytime soon. It may not be this year, maybe next year. But that is something that I'm going to want to do. And that would be more for like a hair rinse. But anyway, now you can make your own vinegar from scraps. So thanks for coming along with me today. May the Father bless you. Shalom.